how long do you, speaking objectively, feel that they have left in them?
The old people that want it, you cover it.
Okay, yeah, I hear
The
that.
British public that love the monarchy, you cover it. I don't love it. Nobody cares, bro. They got a YouTube channel. Nobody cares.
Real, like, when you start going into Middle England and you start tapping into people's biases, their unconscious biases, that's when you'll see.
Why can't the monarchy have a rebrand? By having a rebrand, like you said, I might fuck with it objectively.
Yeah, and I don't want to hear about man swinging for Usher either. Yeah? That's your father. Yeah? It's your father. Potter to me is like, he's such a cold barra. Completely away from music. Completely.
Oh, we turn left.
Yeah. So the coronation.
Let me take off the glasses for this one. I'm ready. Let's go down.
So that happened. That happened recently or whatever. Yeah. I watched just a tiny bit of it, and you know what? I made some funny observations. Yeah. It was the first thing that I saw when I turned on the TV. You see, when I turned on the TV, it was on Camilla. And she couldn't believe it. This is the first thing I could see on her face. She couldn't believe what was going on. She's got this crown on her head and she can't believe it. But you know what my other observation was? Them stolen jewels are so heavy.
Brother.
Because let me tell you something. She was struggling to keep this neck like that.
Good.
When I'm looking at Camilla, the neck is. It was looking like a big strain.
Buster Rams.
It was looking like a big strain. Them stolen jewels are starting to weigh heavy on the shoulders of the king and queen. That was a big observation for me when I was watching that. 100%. Oh, and how tone deaf this ceremony was. How tone deaf? How many millions? How many millions? How much people can't? Like, do you know what? Let me tell you something. I know ultimately these things happen and it just becomes fish and chips paper. But the reality is the climate that we're in is the climate that we're in. Enough people can't afford to feed themselves and people are in shit street right now. And we're just trying to figure out how to get out of it. And also how we can just put a little, you know what I mean? A little comfortability around us. We're trying to figure this out. Are you telling me, yeah, that with all of this going on, one person in there couldn't have turned around and said, you know what? How much we spending on this? What, 100 mil potentially? I mean, because they're never going to tell us exactly how much was spent on it. But you're telling me, so around 100 mil, someone couldn't turn around in there and say, you know what? Hear what? This is like taxpayers' money and we are in a bit of a funny place. And do you know what? It does feel as though we've lost a little bit of the grip on on the population in terms of like the connect between the love and the monarchy, yeah? Because we got an aging population at the moment, innit? So it's like a lot of the old people are like really holding on to this, but them soon dead now, yeah. So once them soon dead now, then it puts themselves in a bit of a predicament. Do you know what we'll do? Yeah, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's try to do a young hero thing, make people feel like we're all right, like and thing. I tell you what, we'll cover it. It's our thing. You get what I'm saying? Like it's our thing. And even though for the country and whatever else and whatnot, and like, I tell you what, we'll front it. Don't worry about that. Because we got them.
Who, the monarchy?
Yeah, instead of them turning around and saying, you know what, listen, hear what I'm saying. Of course they were never going to do that. Of course they were never.
No, you're missing out because you've missed out a part. The old people that want it, you cover it.
Okay, yeah, I hear
the British public that love the monarchy, you cover it. I don't love it. If it means I miss out on certain benefits, so be it. But I don't love the monarchy. So why should I cover it? You love the monarchy?
You
cover it.
Yeah.
That feels right to me.
There's a pot. Put your fucking pencil in there then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Put it in.
Yeah.
But we've all got to cover it and we don't have a say. You're the one that wants it.
Oh, it was so mad. And you know what? I just feel like I've got a big question to ask in a bit in regards to that. But I just feel like it's just watching that was just like it just felt quite disgusting to me, to be honest. And I don't think I would have felt that way if either they covered it or they covered it.
I hear you.
Do you understand
That
what I'm
feels
saying?
knowing that you covered it.
I would have watched it and I thought would have looked at. I'd have just been looking at purely just tradition, and I do find elements of tradition interesting, even if I don't rate it. It's like, you know what, this is just something that's happened for hundreds and hundreds of years or whatever, and I'm just watching something that's happened for hundreds, and I'm just looking at it just as that.
Objectively.
But this stuff, yeah. But I couldn't just watch this objectively. I couldn't.
You can't. You've contributed financially. I feel like whatever I pay for, I should be able to say something. If I haven't put no input into it, I should just own my mouth. But since that's not the case, we can say whatever we want. I'm saying whatever I like. I'm telling you right now, the monarchy's bollocks. Absolute bollocks. The reasons why I believe this is when we take a look at what it stands for and when it's come from, we're in a different time. If it was just purely English people in this country, and we were really, really even a smaller minority than what we are right now, I would understand why these things happen a lot more, because there's more people to say, this is our thing. Now, the country of England is so divided because there's people living here for years that are born here that don't feel English. Mm-hmm. So now the country represents something completely different, but you're holding on traditions. You're holding on to traditions that are not even ethically and morally correct.
Right.
Like you said, them stolen jewels are quite heavy.
On the neck.
Why don't we give the stolen jewels back? I just feel like if the monarchy...
It might lighten up just that little bit. And see, when the shoulders start to ache, they do ache. Do you get what I'm saying? Just to lighten up the shoulders just a tiny bit and do what's right.
Why can't the monarchy have a rebrand? By having a rebrand, like you said, I might fuck with it objectively. Give the money back. Give the jewels back. Let black people inside Buckingham Palace. These things might make me go, you know what? It's still not my thing, but I don't even need to worry about it because it doesn't offend me or hold me back in any way now. But like I said, last week we just found out in 2015 that our tax not only goes to these people, but it was going to the people that used to own our people. So I just feel like if black people watch that and feel a little bit uneasy, considering the fact what the country and the monarchy stands for, I think you'll sit down. You don't want to stand with them. It doesn't feel right.
To bits.
For them to be upset that we are not happily saying that we're English and we're not happy. Bro, every year we watch you, you're asking us to say, God save the king. You want to ask God to save you after you have stolen things. So you want to commit sin and then ask God for help. For me, it doesn't feel right, Chuckie.
It stinks.
It doesn't feel right. That's like me stealing this equipment and then saying, I beg you hold the door for me. Why are you going to hold the door for me? I'm stealing your equipment. And these people have put down our people and then saying, but we want you to support it.
This is why I'm so on. If this is going to be here, I'm so on what you just said. A rebrand.
A rebrand.
Even subtle things like God save the king. Let's get rid of that.
Listen,
mate.
Song,
hold on. You're all right. You fucking living all right. You got how many houses and that, golden spoons and all this type of stuff, and everyone does everything for you, and you got taxpayer. Like, you're all right. No, God doesn't need to specifically save you. Yeah. How about that? Like, you're all right. You're just all right.
No, he's not all right. God save his hands. Then I understand.
Oh, there, it's mad. Yeah. Put that on the screen.
God save the hands.
So you know what? If anything, like, change it up a little bit. If there's got to be a God saved her, just change the ending bit. I don't know. God save the people them, or you know what I'm saying, or God save the poor.
Youth them.
Yeah, the youth them, or you understand what I'm saying? Let's rebrand that part of it. The other bit of it, you need. Oh God. God, this is nuts.
Look at him,
Look
bro.
at that. Yeah, that is a yeah.
Do you know
what I'm saying though? So, you know what? Some women are looking at that lust into bits though.
I doubt it. That looks like what you. Do you know what it looks like
to me? That's got girth.
You know when you pick up you're an agent. You know when you pick up a cigarette packet and it tells you all the reasons why you shouldn't smoke. That's what that looks like.
I hear that still.
A man said it's got girth.
That ring is not coming off. I'll tell you that now. See that little? Do you know what? He's wanted that off. You see that pinky ring? He's wanted that off for a long time. That's not going nowhere. He's got a dead for that to come off. Let me tell you something. He's got to be dead. He's got to be dead for a good month. He's got to shit and piss out all of that fluid before that thing's coming off.
You know what?
I'll tell you that.
Listen, I'm going to put a disclaimer early. Why for what I'm about to say, but I'm still saying it. I think he uses those.
Yeah,
I don't think the other thing even works.
Serious?
I think that is probably thicker than his thing as well, Geezer.
Yeah, his finger game's probably nuts.
That's his primary sexual organ.
Brother, he wishes. That's his primary 100%. 100%. He might even put a little milk packet at the end of it.
I hear that.
I'm sorry, I just think, for me, this whole thing, it's a joke, Chuckie, man. And when the lady went on television and said it was terribly white as well, everyone was so offended by what she said. But you have to take into consideration what she's saying when she says it's terribly white. The jewels on that wonderful Camilla's head, where it was going like this.
Yeah.
They're not from this country. So the fact that we see no evidence where it's from makes the situation, for me, terribly white. The fact that I know there's more than white people paying for this situation to manifest, despite the fact that they are on the lowest part of the food chain, makes it terribly white. The fact that Meghan Markle couldn't even appear, or the Picnic them couldn't even come down to be at the front of that picture, makes it terribly white. When the lady says it's terribly white, the murdering might be a little bit all over the place, or it might not. But what I'm saying is there are reasons why in which she says it, and you just look at stage 6 and ignore stage 1. People them, this doesn't feel right.
Well, that goes to the rebranding part as well, because I do want to emphasize that. It's like all of that needs a bit of a rebranding. Also, the part of the rebranding is the money element of it. It's like right now, especially while we're trying to figure out the direction and where we're going, like, you know, politically and economically and everything, yeah, it's like, you know what, right now, you've had so much dough from us, yeah, pay for this one. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just do that, pay for that.
Just that one.
Yeah, pay for that. And then there's so many other different elements of it. There's so many different elements of it that just need a rebrand. And let me tell you something. If they did that, I think it would probably put them in a better space going forward, because the people that don't necessarily care about them might turn around and say, well, do you know what? It's not hurting anyone. You know what I mean? Go and do your thing. But right now, if people really wake up and say, hold on 1 second, 100 million, potentially 200 million. We don't know how much money, but 100 million in between that. And this is what's actually happening. And you've got all of this. And this is...
And we know all the problems that are happening in our
country. If everyone wakes up and then starts to ask the question of how do we get them out, then it becomes very techie for them. And that is now my question, yeah? My question is, pushing all emotions aside, and even your own personal beliefs, yeah? How long do you, speaking objectively, feel that they have left in them? Because some people believe that, you know what, they believe that, you know what, it's coming to an end. Like
100%.
But how long do you think, if you was to make an estimate, how long do you think? 20 years, 50 years, 100 years?
They have as long as these people want to stay alive, because no one cares about...
Do you think that when he dies...
That's it, bro.
It won't get the opportunity to go to William?
I know, I feel the opportunity will still arise, but I feel the country will be exhausted by the monarchy by then. Because I think the last people holding on to this Charles thing would have probably seen Charles quite young and have gone through him on his journey, and they're probably quite excited. But with all the discrepancies that are happening within the country and little things like, which I think is smart, the Caucasian man messed up the country. What's his name again with the funny hair?
Who? With Boris?
And then the Asian man comes in, so he's going to make it up even worse. So you're going to throw another Caucasian man in there to make it look better. I think everyone's getting exhausted of everything that the country's doing, so that eventually everyone goes, okay, what things do we not need? All right, we don't need the Asian man. We don't need that fucking monarchy. We don't need that. They're just going to start looking at all the things that they want to make the country better. And that's what I genuinely think is going to happen. And I think the monarchy is going to be one part of it. And it's purely because, like, they're too much... We're in meme culture and we're in, like... a part of life where everyone finds out all the minute details and so on and so forth. Information is so much more available to us, and with all the information that's coming forth about the monarchy, how much money we're spending, the things they're responsible in the past, I mean, how did Diana die, it goes on. I just think at some point the younger crop of people that have never fucked with this just end up taking over. And I don't know anyone my age or younger or even a little bit older that really care about Charles. Nah, everyone that speaks about this, and I can't lie, unfortunately, it breaks my heart. Old Caribbean people love this shit, and
it's an old people thing.
Yeah, but then, like, it's not a Scotland thing.
No,
it's not an Ireland thing.
No,
I don't think it's a Wales thing. It's definitely not a Liverpool thing. So I'm just saying,
but is it though? Because one thing it kind of is, even though it still speaks to just old people, yeah. But it's like, Middle England, which is a big part of it, and you see how big their voices are when it comes to stuff like voting. So, for example, what usually happens is is that we are all under the pretense that we're going in a certain direction, because we're speaking as like younger people that live in a certain demographic, But then what happens is you then hear like the voice from the old Middle England, because they really come out. A lot of us don't really do that. It's not really our thing. But like they really come out in abundance. Yeah. And I think that like when they die, do some of the younger people that are in Middle England that are like quite when you listen to LBC, by the way, you hear some of these people, you know.
Of course.
You listen to like James O'Brien, he's having to hot enough of them up. You hear enough young people ringing with like hella bigotry. You know what I mean? Like hella bigotry. And like that's one of the reasons why I like James O'Brien. He'll hot them up. Yeah. He hots them up. But it makes you realise that there's so many of them that actually really do exist. And we forget about them because sometimes we just look at kind of like what's happening in London or what's like happening within our bit. But there's like all of them lot that's in here. I just wonder if when the old lot die, do the young lot sort of take on that patriotic element of it?
A few of them, but not all of them. It's not like when you go Qatar. There's a generation of people from top to bottom that whether they like it, whether they know it, this is what it is. And some of us might break the rules, some of the older lot and some of the younger lot, but no matter what, they all respect what it is. This country is completely different. You sing the national anthem in Liverpool, they boo. You sing it in London, they don't say nothing. You sing it in Manchester, but like it's different everywhere, geezer. So I'm just saying, eventually, about 100 years ago, it was probably all like Manchester. So I'm saying every decade we're getting closer, and there's more discrepancies that make people go, "Wait, why are they here again?"
Yeah, how much money like?
What's the purpose of this again? Because everyone's loving the tradition of it, but I'm just saying we're gearing closer to. Every like as much as we can say like, oh my god, now people are gonna love it. Not really. I'm seeing BLM everywhere on television right now. We're at England is the most confused country, bar in America. I know there are no set principles that everybody fucks with. It's literally everyone's got their own way of living, and that's why there's so much conflict. Because I don't think a lot of the population see life the same way, whether that be religious differences, whether that be because of the monarchy or whatever it is. It's a melting pot. It's like the fucking Dubai over here right now. Everyone just believes what they want. And I just think one of the things that are going to end up happening to this country is their tradition is going to end up getting peeled away. Because there's just going to be a bag of people that want to know why it's happening. That don't happen in Qatar. In Qatar, you can't do certain things. People want to know why from outside of England, but in Qatar they're just like, but this is the way it's run. You either get with it or get lost. England's not like that. Not like that at all, brother. 1 minute it's fuck black people, next minute it's BLM. They change their mind more than my flipping ex-girlfriends, bruv. So
well, I actually personally believe it's going to be here a lot longer than people think. I don't know how long, but I think it's going to be here longer. And I think an element of it will depend on what William does. If William is able to find a way to make people be interested in him or like him, or because he's going to be the next one, if they can, then I think you're going to be surprised.
But the Chucks, that nigga's older than me, bro. He's had a hell of a lot of time to try and figure out how to make this thing interesting. They made a YouTube channel. I'm going to tell you again, nobody cares, bro. They got a YouTube channel. Nobody cares.
No, I hear that.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like I think in Scandinavia somewhere.
I'm saying, bro, it's not too late. He's 40. It's not too late for people to care about William.
No, it is.
I'm never gonna care.
It is, bro.
I don't think so.
And the reasons why is because we're past the days of, oh, that's nice. Oh, that no one cares. The most search things in life.
But let me finish this.
Sorry, go
on. The
on.
reason why I think that is because if William gets older, all the people that he needs to have to care about him is the same people in his demographic. Yeah. So then what happens is it becomes an aging thing again. And if he can get Middle England, especially white Middle England, as the aging population that is aging with him, to like him in any way. Let's say, for example, he does an element of the rebranding. Let's say he comes in and he says, you know what? I'm going to pay for this. well, I'm going to do that. Or he just comes and just does these like nice gestures. You'll be surprised at how quick people will forget about how much they didn't like stuff.
100 years ago, I think. Who had the most influence in England, would you say? What 5 people had the most influence in England?
I don't know.
I would say the monarchy had probably a big influence. Yeah. There would have been some type of governing, but I'm ignorant to these things, by the way. Yeah. But there would have been some type of government or governing body that would have had influence.
Yeah. Still now.
I reckon the police would have had some level of influence.
Yeah, government still.
Chuckie, today, your neighbour could have more influence than fucking the king. This is the reality we live in. But I'm saying to you, in
the part that you're missing, is you see when it's time to go out and vote. That's when it becomes different. Because in order to get them out... You can't
vote for the monarchy though, can you?
To get them out, you do.
But how does that work?
So basically...
Is it?
There's a bunch of different reasons, yeah? There's a bunch of different ways. Yeah, obviously you can cause violence. Some people cause violence and then get their king out, yeah? That's what the French did. They went and just did a madness.
And he was gone.
But one of the ways that you can do it is if everyone decided, nah, this is absolute bollocks, it has to go to government. Government then have to do a referendum that has to become a vote. Once that vote is in place and it's unanimous, then they can get them out. But when it comes to voting, it becomes a whole different thing because so many of us don't even really do that. So what I'm saying is, when this demographic starts to get older, there will still be a lot of people that will get old and will vote and say, get them out. But I think that there's Middle England. I don't have no faith in them. That's all I'm saying.
So we're saying, it's crazy what we're saying, because what I'm saying is the people that care are always going to care.
Right.
But the people that don't care is growing.
Right. That's true. I hear
my thing is, the people that don't care don't vote. They don't do the things that the people that care. So to the ignorant eye within the media, it's the equivalent of me going to a restaurant, I hate it. I'm probably going to tell people I hate the restaurant. But if I had a good time and it was all right, I might tell one person and carry on with my life. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying the equivalent, I think, comes with voting. Because voting is, I need to make some change. I don't like all of these types of things. Yeah. That's usually the people that have had centuries, been here for a little while and their family's done it. People like me and my family, no one votes. We vote. We vote. We vote all the time.
But that's the thing.
A lot of people don't vote.
Some people say, obviously, you vote. If you don't vote, then you don't have a say.
No, and they're right. But the killer is, it doesn't mean that what I'm saying isn't true.
No, you're right.
There is actually going to be people that will be like, I don't like the monarchy. So I think the dangerous game that they're playing is this superficial, everybody loves them. But in actual reality, when you go to You'll Never Walk Alone, there's bare whistles. When you go down to Parkhead or you go over to Glasgow, they're saying clap if you hate the monarchy and stuff like that. This is reality. You can try and ignore it, but it's happening on television. And it's stadiums, 60,000 people, 80,000 people,
but you know
Chuckie.
How you get those people,
it's a lot of people, and they ain't black.
But here's how you get those people, though. Yeah, they're not, but some of them are still majorly ignorant. So when you turn around to them and you say to them, listen, hear what then, yeah? I know that you don't fuck with us and you don't like us. This is what we'll do. Instead of X amount of percentage of your money going to us and us spending it on this, tell you what we'll do. We'll take a percentage of that and we'll put up borders so that the immigrants then can't come in. Yeah, and then we'll make sure that you're safe so that you can get a job and you can get a pay rise and you can get this and you can get that. Watch how quick them lot that boo start turning around and saying, you know what? I think I'm going to vote for that one.
But you know why I don't know? Because I think more than anything today, I think racism still exists, but classism is a lot higher.
Well, that's the whole point.
So what I'm saying to you is, if I'm an immigrant coming into this country, I probably got a lot in common with a working class Caucasian individual.
But the working class, he don't give a fuck about that. No, he cares about his job, his money.
That's where you're
and
wrong.
His pension.
The younger generation are different, bro. That's why H has got black management. That's why I put up Payper. Brother, let's keep it real.
See. Like when you start going into Middle England and you start tapping into people's biases, their unconscious biasness, that's when you'll see.
No, but you're tapping into a market that already... I'm not talking about the market that already loves the monarchy. They already love them.
I'm talking about a younger demographic.
Nah, the hate that these people have for the monarchy, it's not about something you can... It's not an easy fix, Chuckie. This hate is stemming from years of oppression they feel. So you can't just come and say, hey, here's this one little thing we're going to do that everyone goes, hey. No, these men don't like them. It's like when the police try and do situations with working class communities and try and do all these little things. Yeah, for a week we're like, well done, or people are like, well done. But in general, the hatred that they have there's nothing you can do to change it. Do you know where I'm coming from?
I believe that you're overcooking the hate. I think there's more people that are impartial to them being there than actually hate them.
But I'm not saying that. I'm saying to the people that hate them
are growing,
and you can't change their mind. Because I remember watching. All I know this stuff. I know about countries like political views only through football, Chuckie, not through anything like I've seen myself. And Chuckie, it hasn't changed. The monarchy has been getting disrespected in Scotland for as long as I can remember. I remember 2001 watching England versus Scotland, and when England done their whatever in Hampden Park, the Scottish did not allow them to do it. They don't like the royal. It hasn't changed. It has not changed. Same thing in Liverpool, and their reasons are going to be a hell of a lot more detailed and a hell of a lot more attached to them. In terms of significance, for you to just bring over something that's happening today, some nuance, and they just go, let me just forget about 50 years of whatever just for this. I don't think it's that easy with them.
I do. Do you know what? I actually believe that it is as easy as presenting somebody with a circumstance that will make them feel that their life will be better. And the reason why I say that is because I don't believe that we have enough people that genuinely do things for the greater good right now. I don't. I'm sorry. I'm yet to be proven. I'm yet to see it. And all I'm saying is that in 30 or 40 years' time, we'll see where we're at. Because he'll be dead in about 15.
5.
I know. I think he. How old is he? How old is Charles? 70 something. I'm giving him about. What is the something?
Maybe 75. I'm going to
double check. If he's mid 70.
He'll get to 90?
74. I'm giving him. I think he's got about 91. 91, 92. I think he's gone.
That's good, you know.
Yeah, that's a good life. That's a great life. And what I'm saying is, after
but
then,
he never had an erection as a king.
Hey, I'll give him until then, and then we'll see what happens. Because let me tell you something. If William's in there, William will be in there until about 90 something and that too. Unless everyone decides you know what? No, wait, what do we need to do to get them out of it? And everyone rises up. I just don't know I don't know in it, but we'll see.
Do you know what's gonna, and this is the problem. The reason why I think the Queen got away with bare things is because there was no change for bare long.
Yeah.
So there's not really much discussions. You have the discussion about Diana. They've probably done some other things to smooth over it. Now, because of what the government's doing, the monarchy's always being brought up about, do we need it? And then
that is true.
The Queen dies, then you've got a reason to speak about the monarchy again. Then Camilla comes in, the side chick. She can't believe she's gone from sweet corn to fucking peri chicken main. Like, she can't believe she's made that transition. So then, like you said,
they got... Was she the side chick though?
Huh?
Was she the side? Because she was originally the main one.
She was always the main man, but you know how it is to the eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Everyone obviously loved Diana, so I hear it still. But
like,
you know what?
Kylie Jenner.
Some people can marry their side chick.
Huh?
Some people can marry their side chick and then go back to their main. I'm just saying. I know we love Diana, but I'm just saying.
I hear you.
He was with her first, and then obviously he's then dashed away her because obviously the grass was greener. Got the young fresh thing, boom, 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 boom. Obviously that didn't work out or whatnot. I'm not even going to say what I was going to say, but anyway, she unfortunately passed away, and then obviously now, you understand what I'm saying? He's gone back to the thing. So anyway, I'm sidetracking. Maybe she was the main all along. I know we wouldn't want to say that. I know we wouldn't want to say that, but I'm just saying. You know.
I like that. I like that because you know what? Charles and me have something in common. In the jungle, we know what animals we are.
I hear that.
That's why I can't hate
the guy. Say that again?
In the jungle, we know what animals we are.
Right then.
We know.
Yeah.
Me and Charles, I could never look at him and go, you terrible man. I look at him and go, you can't kill off your ex, but...
Man said, in the jungle, we know what animals we are.
Come on,
I hear that.
Brother.
I like that.
It's always good to know who you are in the animal kingdom. Some people are lions. Lions.
The cheetah.
I'm the cheetah.
I don't know yet. I'm trying to work that one out.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. I don't know.
Definitely someone that protects and looks after people.
Right, we'll figure that one out. That is fucking mad.
Where's that echo though?
It's just this. It's alright. That is fucking mad.
Fekky's going crazy.
Fekky is going mad.
And people try not to talk about it. we're dead there.
We don't talk about Fekky.
We're not talking about Fekky's got a farm.
Fekky's got a farm. Yeah, exactly.
We love Fekky. They love Fekky. Fekky's got a farm.
We don't talk about Fekky.
We don't. It's Fekky's fault though.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah,
it is Fekky's fault. 100%. He's here and then he's not here.
He disappears.
Do you know what the maddest thing is? When he's not here for time, bruv.
But you know why? Do you know what, Ross? I've really been struggling to do this on camera. It's nasty. Do you know what?
Man.
This is what I'm saying. He said I got rich nigga problems, but I'm coping. So him disappearing for that long, I don't understand.
Well,
because he's got rich nigga problems. I haven't got those types of problems. But he's coping.
He's coping. So that he don't need to be here. But
he did say I don't give a fuck about street cred. I beat man's gal and I beat lead. So
yeah, it is. I don't know, man. Like I would like to see Fekky just being Fekky more. Do you know what I mean? Like he's got such a big personality and it translates from music to whatever it is that he's doing. Do you get what I'm saying? But he takes big breaks. Like big breaks. He'll drop something and then you don't see him for time. This music thing is definitely secondary to him. And you know what? Sometimes that's fair. I mean, people got other things going on in their life and make money. You know what I mean? He's probably got businesses and all kinds of other stuff that he's got going on. And it's like, you know what? Right now, I'm just not inspired. And if he's not inspired, he's not inspired. You get what I'm saying? What can you do?
Sometimes though, I reckon it's not inspired. Me and him are talking a little bit the other day.
Oh yeah.
I love Fekky, man. But I also think sometimes it's timing, innit? Like we all know what you have to put in order for you to get the results you want from music. So if all the other things you're doing are not allowing you to have that time, you can't really do it properly, you know.
But he doesn't even really stay in the, like, if I'm being objective, he don't even stay in the mix. Like I say, you know, my thing is, it's like sometimes I just say, you know what, it's cool, timing, whatever, like whatever it is that you're looking to get out of it, like it will happen and whatnot. But stay in the mix, innit? He don't even stay in the mix. He's gone, you know.
I went to his party for his first mixtape in 2010, you know, in Shoreditch, bruv. Courtesy with Pierre and Young D, bruv. And so like I've been aware, there's 13 years of doing music. And I look at that progression and I remember even when he was doing Ring Ring Trap, it was his character that brought him through more than sometimes his lyrics. Obviously he wasn't an idiot, but now that lyrical ability, bro, he's talking every bar on that tune, Man Like F. Every single bar is almost like a statement. So that's why I'm saying like that's just his journey. His journey is going to be different. If he carries on making music that's sick from now on, maybe that was the journey he had to take in order to make it a priority. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a good place to be as well if you're just making music just because you want to, not because you have to.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
if he's just saying, you know what, I want to right now, and maybe in a couple of months' time I might not want to, innit? But I can do that. If that's what you want to do and that's the place that you're in, that's fine. As a selfish fan, I'm going to obviously be asking for more. And also, you know, when it comes to this talking about certain things, whether it be like favorite rappers or lists or whatever else that I just do for my own entertainment, like it just means that that person is not necessarily going to be at the forefront of my mind at times. Sometimes I might have to be reminded in a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
I do hear
like, I'm just reminded now.
The thing is, something's happened though. Like COVID, he made a farm, so you got to do the Steph London thing was big. There were things that happened.
I forgot about that.
And he's an adult, so like he's not like a young man that can just coast through everything. When you deal with things as an adult, you kind of need time away. So I don't know. I love the brand of Fekky, so I understand why he goes away. So I'm not angry at it because he gives you the information. Whereas some artists disappear, you don't hear nothing, and then you hear they went this place and that place, and they've been in Africa for 7 years, and they've done this. You're like, big man, just why couldn't you tell us when you were gone?
Yeah, but Fekky does that too, though. I don't see him.
But he tells man why he's going, though.
Huh?
He does tell man. He does show man. Like, I'm a Fekky, I'll follow Fekky, so Fekky will...
Yeah, but you're talking from a place of speaking to him.
No, not even no, I'm talking of a place of, on social media, he'll show you Wagwan.
Okay.
Like, he'll show you, he won't necessarily tell you everything, but he'll hint that there's a little issue here, and then you just go, all right.
Yeah.
Shout out Pot of Payper as well.
Oh, man.
Come on.
Let me tell you something, yeah?
I'm 3 tracks deep, don't ruin it for me.
Okay.
Because I feel like you might. Chuckie,
we won't like proper go through it, but do you know what, yeah? Like, Potter to me is like, he's such a cold barra. And it's like, it's his conviction, it's his cadence, it's like, I believe him. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I believe him, bro.
100.
I believe him. And like, just by the way, just for anyone listening, Payper's got an album out right now. It's called Reels Back in Style, yeah? Like, go and listen to that.
Please.
Like, go and listen to that. Like, go and listen to the way that this guy's rapping and the stories that this guy's telling and like, you know, and just the things that he's saying and even the production on some of it, bro, is so cold.
The production
is so good. There's one, I won't ruin this yet, but even like,
Please.
There's a song on this album, yeah. I'm telling you now. I don't know the names of it. I don't know all the names of them yet. But there's a song on there. I believe it is called. I believe it's called Multifaceted.
Oh, I saw Mitch tweeting about that today. He said,
do you know what? It's like, do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Justice League and Rick Ross. You know that production where it's like almost that certified gangster rap orchestructure, yeah, like that prestige in the production and that, and the way he's rapping over it, bro, is fam. He is so cold at what he does, bro.
Cold.
So
he needs
cold.
to be in that era though, because that era was the reason why Rick Ross and Justice League worked so well, because Rick Ross he can paint a picture so well, and over that epic production, it sounds like the start of some epic film where you ain't even heard one line from the actors yet, but there's just a man narrating, painting the picture. I think Potter has the ability to do that as well, so it's only right he gets that level of production,
100%.
man.
I'm like, I can't like sit here and super deep dive in it yet because I've only listened to it a couple of times, yeah, and I need to live with it for a little while. But like, for me, this is another thing. Like, listening to an album like that, listening to a rap album like that, this is one of the reasons why Potter is one of my favorites as well, yeah. And it's highlighted. It's like he's given me, from a selfish fan, everything that I want from him.
Yeah.
So he is spinning heads off.
Yep.
He's spinning heads off. He's just rapping sometimes. Do you get what I'm saying? Hella smoke at times too. But then there's also like the storytelling ability. And then also there's like painting pictures of like his actual thought process, but doing it in a certain way. And the way that he does it, bro, the way that it's like, fam, some of the things that he says, like there's like a couple bars or whatever, and it's like he's talking to you, bro. Like he'll throw in a word, like he'll be rapping and whatever, and then he'll just like mention, like he'll say like, you dickhead. But the way that he's saying you dickhead is it's not a rhyme. He's just getting it off. Yeah, and it's like, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100.
Bro, this guy is like, he's cold, man. He's cold. I don't know what the career trajectory looks like for him. Obviously, he's back in jail now. And I don't know what it looks like. But all I know is that for me, like, someone like him always needs to exist in this, for me.
That's the thing though, like, life is about the stories that you're telling, innit? And your story, as long as it sticks to you, I reckon you'll be fine. As crazy as that sounds. So someone else going in prison, that ruins their story. And I'm not saying this is great for Potter, but Potter is a rude boy. We hear that in his music. So when the rude boy goes prison, it's not too far-fetched from the story. So I feel like when he comes out, he'll be fine. That's how I feel about his trajectory. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like, in a weird way, we all profit from pain. Like, our whole scene is built on conflict. Our whole scene is built upon some type of war. Yeah. And because of that, we're all able to find a place and we're all able to make money from it. So I think the individuals that are part of that anyway, like, really happening, I think when they do things like go prison and so on and so forth, as long as it's not for Tory Lanez 22 years, I think you're fine.
Right, yeah, no, I think he'll be out sometime this year still.
Yeah,
from what I've been hearing. Yeah. But yeah, man, I think obviously hearing that he went into jail and stuff like that was like, it actually did shock me, and only because I've always mentioned that conversation that I did with him with JD was one of my favorite artists. One of my favorite conversations I've had with an artist. It's so good, and it was so like, you know. I felt like I met him at a time where he had a big epiphany and it was like, nah, do you know what? There's a super lane here and I'm focusing on this. But I think what happens is sometimes, you know what? Like, it's exactly what Nines has talked about before. Just that being institutionalized to your block and certain things that are going on. And I think in the ideal world, you would like to feel like someone will go to jail, they'll step away, they'll come out, see the potential in what they could do in their abilities and their career, whatnot. But I think some people do forget that, like, outside of just music and outside of art, people have a real life going on that has existed for a long time before you even knew about them. And that can't just be forgotten about. It takes so much, it takes being away, one thing, and it also takes, like, this is no knock to him and his brethren or anything like this. This is just me, just off my head. But it's like, you know what? It takes being away. It takes, you know, certain types of conversations with your brethren. It takes just takes a lot of offloading, a lot of it. And if you aren't able to do that, it's so easy to go back and so easy to find yourself in a madness, even when you didn't even do anything.
Yeah.
You could just be next to one of your man them.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Wrong place, wrong time. But the reality is the system knows you.
Yeah.
And sometimes, I don't want to sit here and do the conspiracy theory thing or whatever, but sometimes the system is not a forgiving thing. It's not a, you know what, now you are starting to do something with your life, we're going to understand it. Sometimes it's like, we don't even really want you to be, because we don't even know what type of influence you might go on to have that might go against what we're trying to do. So the moment that we find you with whatever it is, or if you're next to so-and-so,
goodbye. But Chuck, sometimes Chuck, you're right. It is that. And sometimes I think on top of that as well, it's that our whole thing is built from counterculture. Our thing is built from being the outside child. That's what our whole scene's built from. And that's not just based upon sonical experiences, it's based upon lifestyle. And that means that not saying we all like, not proudly trying to snitch or something like that, but obviously the man them do things which society doesn't agree with. Because we're representing a counterculture. That means that no matter how much our trajectory is, what we represent and we embody will always be in conflict with society. So we're always going to potentially go prison or potentially be in some type of issues, because our principles and what we stand on is not the same as the country in which we live in. So I just think that conflict will live forever until we find maybe an acceptance and a balance to where we are. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because like, when you take into consideration, he's just one part of a bigger picture. He can change his perspective, but the world he's in, or could be beginning to change his perspective a lot quicker, because he's being exposed to more. But his people and people are not in that same situation. So unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? Like that's always going to be a possibility until everything's changed. Do you know where I'm coming from? And that steady growth, man, he's just a great example of what you can do when you apply yourself and go hard, no homo. So
it's such, like, this is his debut album, by the way.
Yeah,
so
you have
he's had
to have
like
it
loads of like, he's had
embedded.
projects and all of that, and like done countless freestyles and whatnot. But like, you know what? This is for me such a good effort, like as a debut album, and it's just him. It's just his voice you hear on it. It's just his story. It's just like, it's just pure Potter paper, like in its purest form. And sometimes some people get to that part that their first album, and they might have done so much that you don't always see them in their purest form. Sometimes you see people like overcompensating a little bit when it comes to doing your first album, because you want to make it a little bit more. Do you get what I'm saying? And you want to get like, you want to kind of be in certain spaces or whatever. Nah, not Potter. The production. Anyway, you're gonna hear it and you're gonna know.
The second track, when I heard electric guitar, I said, "Oh, we're over here, are we?"
But it suits his voice.
Of course, his voice.
It suits the cadence. It's mad.
I think his voice epitomizes pain. When I hear his voice, I'm like, go spit some pain, because I can feel that. Listen, on What's Beef, the reason why I'm not surprised he's in prison, he says, when you think about the bird and still creep. Come on, bro, like, you think I'm thinking about a bird and still creeping? Big man, I'm not even tweeting. I'm in my bed. Like, it's not my life. So, again, but shout out.
It is a shame, though. It's a shame. Like, on the, obviously, debut album or whatever, it's that the circumstance is the circumstance. But what I will still say is, though, if you are a rap fan, I would say, irrespective of that, like, trust in this one.
Yeah.
Trust in this one. Trust in this one. Go and have a listen to this. Like, it's important to listen to this, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, I want to see, like, obviously, now the next part, I just want to see what his show looks like. I want to see what his, like, I want to see what his fan base looks like. I want to see what they know. I want to just see, I just want to see that bit. Like, I want to see it. I've not actually seen that.
I want to say also shout out Groundworks.
Okay, yeah,
fantastic work that they're doing over there with obviously himself, Digger, M Huncho. I'm sure there's more. I always tend to miss stuff out, but my heart's in the right place. Shout them out, man. They're doing such good work, and they had a listening session for the album yesterday from 6 till 8 over at Universal. Okay. And I arrived at 8:03. Strong. Yeah. But I wanted to know I'm late to most things. I was late coming into the world. I apologize, but it was good to see everyone, man. And I'm so happy that it's a movement of people that all are brethren. Like they're all genuinely trying to push forward to do something positive as friends. And this, when you take a look at it from that perspective, Potter being inside is very unfortunate, because I know that him being out, being a presence would have been a bigger part of their rollout and a bigger opportunity for them to progress as a group. Do you know where I'm coming from? So nah, man. But shout out Groundworks, man. Yeah, stole man. Tried to copy our name, but I'll give you a black.
Yeah, I hear it. Yeah, exactly.
I'm just being serious.
Yeah, man. Hopefully, I'm looking forward to having a reason with him as well. Actually, talking on music quickly, I stumbled across a tune by a Don called Venna. I think he's a producer though. Okay. And he's got a tune with Nux called Misty. And the tune is like
crazy.
Listen,
go play that, man. Go play that.
It's different, no.
But Nux is a little wave. Nux, man, also, man.
But I think that comes out on. I think this is part of a project, yeah. I think I just want to shout this Don out properly. Equinox, I think.
Equinox, yeah.
Yeah. Equinox. Yeah, so basically, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 songs on there, and they're all kind of that kind of
vibe.
Yeah. Masego's on there as well.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Go on vibes to that. Like, that's all right still. I'm not going to lie. I don't know. Like, maybe he's a big deal. Maybe he is a big deal, but I don't really know. I came across it, and since then, obviously I had Nux on there. And, you know, I've been talking about Nux for God knows how long. Yeah. So, you know me, now I'm seeing Nux doing what he's doing. And that he's good. I think he's dropping this year as well. There's a lot of music that's going to come out this year. It's quiet now, which I like. I like the quietness. But I think when we get towards the end of the year, it's going to be hella noisy. I feel like there's a lot dropping.
I want the people that, I'm just selfish again. I'm just happy some of the people I like are dropping.
Of course, yeah.
So Potter dropping, fantastic. Fekky dropping for me, fantastic. We work towards J Styles and Dubs, who knows? That would be fantastic. There's also an artist called Airborne Gav.
Oh yeah?
I love Airborne Gav, I really, really do. And I just saw he's a guy that doesn't like to drop at all. One of his, I'll tell you a song to play. Play M999, Airborne Gav and Hurricane. Just so you get a vibe of what he's on. I think he's dropping. I saw him post something on Instagram. I think he might be dropping.
Where's he from?
I think he's from Hackney, big man.
Oh, he's from Hackney?
Yeah, local.
This it, yeah?
Come on, man. Airborne, man.
You know what? This is going in a playlist as well.
There's a little vibe, isn't it?
This is going.
There's a little vibe, man. But all of these rappers like that and musicians like us.
I just love music. That's my thing. That is just my thing, innit? Yeah. I just love good music. I can listen to good music all day. Literally all. No. Forget that. I can listen to one song that is a piece of good music all day.
So before you came in, I was playing Young Funk, Dropping Jewels, the Tiny Desk. Yeah. Even though there's no desk and it's definitely not tiny.
It's not tiny.
Amount of space. That Dropping Jewels performance, I was playing it for half an hour before you came.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Yeah,
So I'm with you, bro. I can play the same song over and over and. Fam, do you know my mum went one time? My mum literally took the CD and just confiscated it.
Oh yeah.
For 1 week, I played Outcast Prototype.
Oh,
I'm talking. I wake up, I press 7, I press the button to make it play over and over again. I think it was track 7, and I would just carry on doing my day.
There was actually, there was one tune actually that my mum bust me on years ago when I was young. I think it's Dennis Brown, and it is something. Love.
Shout out Dennis Brown, man, real one. We know his daughter.
What is it called again?
We do.
Marla. I'm gonna find this song, yeah.
Shout out Marla. Come.
And I think my mum regretted busting
you on the tune.
Because when I tell you, yeah, I did not stop. Wait, let me just skip. That's not that. Wait, it's not that. That's not that. No, it's not that. No, it wasn't that. What is it?
This is what music can do to you, Just take you on this journey, fam.
I can't find it,
no
man.
No way. Dennis Brown's a legend, bro. Stop it,
I can't find it. Do you know what? I'll pull it on the screen because I'll know it by the time this comes out. I'll put it on the screen and you can listen to it. When I tell you, I listened to that tune over and over and over, and she just, in the end, my mum was just like, look, like, come on, man. Do you get what
There's
I'm
other
saying?
music available.
I just could not, yeah, exactly. I could not stop playing the song. I'm a man, I'll batter the absolute dog shit out of it. I listen to a song, I'll leave a place, I drive home, and I'll be listening to one song. I could just listen to one song all the way home.
What is it that makes us do that? No homo.
I think it's just, I know this is going to sound corny, yeah, but maybe it's just a connection to the soul in a way.
At that time,
and I don't want to separate it. In that moment, I don't want to connect. I don't want to disconnect what's happening with my soul and this song right now. Because I like the way that it's marrying. And then let me tell you something. I'll go one step forward, even being a driver. I will leave where I'm leaving to go home. I'll listen to this song the whole way home. And I'll park up outside my house
and still listen to it. I hear you.
And still listen to it.
It's mad,
and sometimes I'm not getting out of my car until the end.
Do you know sometimes
I won't like I'm not gonna stop and then like, you know what, it's the first verse or I've just got to the first chorus now and get up out of my car. Nah, man, I'm waiting until the last chorus until you know when the song starts playing that like that. and then I don't even want to get out of my car. I don't want a next tune to sort of like kind of creep in. So I'll get out almost immediately. I'm mad, bro. I swear I'm mad. I'm a madman.
But I fuck with that. I'm on the same thing of listening to the same song all day and like depending on my mood and if whatever, that's now just almost like the song of the day for me.
Yeah.
This is the thing that is just the theme. This song is now the theme
of the day
for me.
100%.
And that's just what it, like for example, if we're going to boxing now, we're going to a boxing match, I saw us playing 600 Breezy all day. That almost happens to be like do you know what I'm saying? Our music for the day. So
you bust me on him as well still.
Brother.
And then I ended up watching bare interviews. I think he's a mad interesting brother still.
I like Breezy's interesting, innit? 600 Breezy's interesting, bro.
Yeah.
He even said Gunner's not a snitch.
Did he? But is that his guy though?
No.
Okay.
Remember, he's from Chicago.
Yeah, but still, it still could be his guy.
No, he said I can't remember what.
If he's not his guy and he's saying that, then I hear it still. But you know what? I don't doubt him not being his guy. I just feel like whatever he's saying, he says from a thorough place anyway. He seems like one of them type of guys. So.
I think 600 Breezy is riggedy real, bro. I can't lie. Very real, brother.
Any other music bits quick?
What else have I been listening to? Vibba, we're still always making music.
You're still in the
shameless plug, man. We're
still in the mix,
man. We're outside. We've got a new project, Gal Forts, coming very, very soon.
Gal Forts?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Rapper called I Am Dea's on there.
All right,
We've got
then.
Victoria Jane from Manchester on there.
Strong.
I'm pushing for Shah Simone. We've sent her something.
Okay.
She approved.
Right.
It feels right.
Strong.
And
she's a barras as well.
Brother. And it's just her. I like, you know how we're talking about Pot of Payper?
Yeah.
And just his tone and his cadence and
she's got
those things mean a lot to me because there's conviction in it. I like when someone can say something simple like, I went to the shop, but just the way they say it, I want to go to that shop.
Right,
you know what I'm
clear.
saying? I need them type of artists. So
do you know what it's like? The difference between a person who sort of holds the mic like this and they just say what they say, and someone who holds the mic like this.
you know, brother.
So that's what I'm saying.
That presence
Yes.
and that. You see when Gets takes mic?
Yeah.
I'm not grabbing mic afterwards because everything about his aura from grabbing the mic is completely different when he gives it to you. He's the next person again. It's like he's Justin again.
Yeah.
And then when he gets holding the mic,
a
you need to
different thing.
transform.
It's a different thing.
Transform. That what a terrible song by Chris Brown. That was a bad moment.
That's a horrible. Well, I'm not gonna lie. Chris Brown's got a lot of them though. I mean, Chris Brown's got some cold rhythms, but he's got some horrible ones.
Why I even thought of that is I don't know.
Oh, actually, talking of Chris Brown,
don't you do it. No.
What?
No.
I hope that what I'm hearing is not what I'm hearing.
Because listen, I think they're trying to get him down.
Okay.
Because Usher's face looked fine the next day.
Do you know what I'm not gonna lie? Usher seems like he's got a good bob and weave in him though. he seems like he's got a good.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
And
he does seem like he's got a good. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
A good slip. What they call it?
And he keeps.
Yeah. He looks like he's got a good slip in him. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, ladies,
it don't surprise me that there isn't a mark on his face. But let me tell you something. There better not be a fucking situation between Chris Brown and Usher, because I don't want to hear about that. Yeah, and I don't want to hear about man swinging for Usher either. Yeah, that's your father. Yeah, it's your father.
He threw your party.
Right on the fucking ice rink.
The thing is, it's such a
no, it wasn't an ice rink. It was a skating rink. Yeah, it was a roller rink.
The situation is so techie though, you know.
Go
on. Chucks, because it's like this year. I've seen Tiana Taylor on numerous occasions talk about her and Chris Brown being like brother and sister.
Right. Okay.
So with them being so close, conflict in that capacity has the chance of being real. I don't know if people have got brothers and sisters at home.
Right.
I don't know if you're from very like civilized households where you all sit around the table and
I know
all
where
of
you're
that.
going.
But these people are not from that.
Yeah.
So the conflict of it is rife. So we just caught a part of their relationship that maybe we shouldn't have caught, but we wouldn't have caught at any other time had we not been in Chris Brown's birthday at Usher's thing. That's what I feel for one. Then for two, I'm kind of upset at the way this whole thing is being, not even from a Chris Brown perspective, but Usher's thing is being promoted. It's his first Lovers and Festivals fest, I think.
Yeah.
And we've got Chris Brown fights. Then we got, who's the girl on stage? Was it Summer Walker SZA? Who was on stage and not even making an effort when she was singing?
Who?
Oh, who's on stage? Who's got that song and she does the... Why has my mind gone blank? Because I went to bed at 3 a.m. yesterday. Who's got an Usher sample right now in their music? Summer Walker.
Yeah,
Did you see Summer Walker performing?
No.
Her song. Brother, put it on the screen, fam. Do you know how bad it was? She's performing the song, with the Usher sample. Usher's coming in and trying to do all of that stuff to give it and the thing's just not connecting. It's just like, it looked like a granny at the bus stop just chilling and someone's just doing that. It just didn't feel, you know the guy at the end of the news? Imagine him next to a granny at the bus stop. You're just like, this doesn't feel right. So I just think it's getting too much bad press and that doesn't feel right for me, man.
Wait, I want to see this.
Brother,
I'm sure Summer Walker's she's got like anxiety problems and stuff like that. She's not good at I'm sure it's her.
Possibly.
She don't like performing.
Is it this one?
Brother?
Or is it SZA? I think it's SZA. Yeah, this has come through. Turn it up.
Well, is it Summer Walker or SZA?
This is Summer Walker. She's not even singing.
Usher,
She's not even singing.
She doesn't care. But then even Usher had to not care at the end. It's just so upsetting.
Yeah, that's just... I'm not going to lie, that stinks. That clip there stinks.
Stinks, bro.
Let me see again.
How disappointing is it?
I like that little part.
I was just trying to ting, man. I rate it, but like...
Do you know what? She does look like Look, if you notice, she's like... She's holding a... Yes. There's something happening with her nipple, I think. She's holding the mic like that to stop it. Look, see? She's holding it again. Now she's got her back toward. Then when she's holding the mic, she then holds the mic like this again. But that's not a reason to be singing so bad.
You're singing like you don't even want to be there, big man. I can't like...
There's a lot of people bluffing, though. I'll tell you that. There's a lot of... I mean, I do really like Summer Walker and that, but like... There's a lot of artists bluffing. This is one of the reasons why I like going to live shows. I say it all the time. I go to live shows sometimes because I want to know who's bluffing and who's not.
But are they bluffing or they just said what you said previously? That man they get anxiety. They're not really public people.
No, that's true.
They can make a song inside the studio. I know a lot of people that are great at training, but you put them in front of 60,000 people.
And it's a myth. Yeah, it's mad.
It just doesn't feel right, Summer Walker. But you know what? It's spring.
Yeah. I hear that still. But yeah, no, you know what? This, also, wasn't there next rumour that Chris Brown was trying to punch up the next one?
Yeah, but then the next day he came out and said it's because the people
who was
stamping on his daughter, and then he just reacted mad
Who was it that they were saying he was trying to move up though?
The people in the backstage, or someone in the backstage, and apparently he had his daughter, and it was quite dangerous, and no one was caring about his daughter.
They're trying to get Chris Brown out of it, innit? They're just trying to find it. Is it that, or is it that?
No. Don't get it twisted. My man's a couple of nuggets short of a Happy Meal.
Right.
I'm not gonna sit here and say there's a couple of things I see. I'm just like, I know Chris Brown, but do you know what? All of these labels you like to give these people and all of that, I just want it to be shared equally amongst the community, or I just allow it, because you'll put him down, but then when it's your favourite artist or someone you like, all of a sudden they get a blind. I'm not going to go into names. I'm not trying to take money out of people's pockets or put people down, but there's a lot of artists, people, I'm telling you, a lot of artists that have made some detrimental mistakes in the past, and you're giving them a blind. I don't understand how Chris Brown gets a blind, bro. I genuinely don't get, it doesn't get a blind, sorry. You just got to
Well, Chris Brown has had a blind.
No, he hasn't had a blind. He doesn't have a blind. He rightfully got punished for what he done. He dealt with Rihanna. So I think what he got off the back of that, he definitely got a lot of slack. And do you know what? He's come through it. She said...
Has he?
No. He's coming through. He said, please don't judge me. No one cared. He said juices. He went back. I hear you. Yeah. I hear you. But...
Yeah, it's mad. Do you know what I think? No. I think some people, like artists in particular, or people that are famous, some of them need to just have a fight. And I think sometimes we got to allow them to just have one fight. Because the reason why I say that, is because for whatever reason, some people just have a thing that they just need to just get out of their system. Yeah. And I think once Chris Brown has a good private square dance with somebody, I think he'll just be as calm as a cucumber.
I think he's done it bare already.
Do you?
Whack 100 came out and said that he had a fight in London with someone.
No, I'm talking about, you know what?
No,
and maybe this does happen. Maybe this actually does happen.
I feel it has
but you know what? Can we link privately? You bring a couple of your dons, I'll bring a couple of my dons, so we know that it's not going to be, and just no cameras, no nothing. And me and you will go thing, and let's just do our thing.
It's me and you one-on-one fight.
Let's just do a madness. And then obviously...
Not a hidden camera? Just so I can
not
see
a hidden, no. It's just got to be...
Selfish?
Yeah, it's just got to be, me and you have got an issue, and it's a thing, yeah? Let's just link here.
And just do a one little square dance.
Yeah, just one. And I think sometimes...
All
I know
right,
it sounds mad. It's like... You get that one out.
Yeah.
Because he's been famous for so long. Obviously, he's got a lot of things going. He just wants to just release something. But he's releasing it in all of the wrong places. He's releasing it on Gal. Shouldn't be doing.
Doesn't feel right.
He's releasing it backstage. He's releasing it on his sister, Tiana Taylor or whatnot.
He's releasing it on Migos.
Yeah, he's just releasing it. But he's only getting to release it sporadically here and there. You and my man... Not Usher, but someone else, go wherever and really just swing it out. And then after that, you know what? Maybe he might realise, right, this fighting thing's hard, you know.
It's actually kind of low.
This is kind of difficult. This is difficult.
But from what I hear from loads of different sources when I listen to people, my man's from early. Did you ever watch his Punked with Ashton Kutcher back in the day?
No.
My man started throwing things through the window and he was a mad dude, bro. So this isn't new.
Yeah.
He has trigger points and he goes mad. Yeah. That's why I think that fight you're speaking about, Chuckie, I think it's happened.
Yeah.
I think it might have happened.
Yeah.
Might have happened, boy.
Well, honourable shout out to Usher anyway.
Oh, definitely, man.
And I hope that one day you can bring this Lovers and... Nah, do you know what? I want to go over there. And see
I want to go over there.
Have you seen the lineup and the way that the line... Oh, my God. It is flipping... It's mad.
Everyone's there because Usher's got so much respect, bro. And you know what? I mean, his son did come out.
Maybe put this on the screen as well.
Didn't his son do something?
Lovers and Friends Festival. Put Lovers and Friends Festival.
Usher just seems like one of the nicest guys in the industry.
Not in Twitter.
Just Google, man. Google the thing. Come on, guys.
Google. Lovers and Friends Festival.
Come on. I know the
and then go to
crazy.
images.
Say HD cuts.
Strong. And then, wait.
This is so fair.
Look I love it, man.
Is it this one?
To the right.
Last 2022. All right, come out of it. Come out of that quickly. And go to, just go back one.
That's the one right there, no?
Oh, yeah. Boom. Or what I actually wanted to show, because I saw the other day, yeah, which was the actual. Is it on Twitter?
He brought out Christina Aguilera. No,
Christina Aguilera was on, I think, before Missy. But yeah, cold. Look at this.
Look at that, bro.
Look at that. Genuine. Wait.
No. Don't say Genuine, because we'll speak about him later.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Wait, hold on. Wait, I need to see.
Wayne Wonder, Kevin Little.
Are you nuts?
Nah, I want to show you the times
Frankie
though.
J. I know you don't know Frankie J.
I don't know
Frankie J, you know.
All my days. Chingy. Do you remember Chingy?
Of course I remember Chingy. But Chingy was... Anyway.
What was that video when he was at the...
Do you know what? Something so bad happened to Chingy, by the way.
Very bad.
So, do you know what actually happened? Basically...
Remind me?
Right, so basically there was a trans person who had said that Chingy had slammed... That Chingy had slammed them. Yeah? So anyway, now that was a thing. Obviously, everyone believed that and whatnot. And then that was it. His dance was done. But you know that the transgender came out and said, do you know what? I lied. Like, I lied about it. And I can't remember.
No way.
Yeah, I can't remember the context of what that was about. But they was like, yeah, basically this is what happened. And they got paid an X amount of money for it or whatever. And they just lied. Just lied about it.
Did Bobby Valentino?
They took a picture together. That was it.
Was Bobby Valentino's a lie? This is what I'm saying. There are other artists. How about the man that was part of G Unit? Yes.
Oh, young buck or whatever.
He's an old buck now, big man.
Yeah. He got caught in a passer. And you know there was audio of him begging to take it down? It was either to take it down or to say that it didn't happen or whatever. There was also what's his name, Mr. C, who was on Hot 97. He used to be Biggie's DJ and whatnot. He was caught outside a joint trying to pick up a vibe. Yeah, man, that was a big thing. I mean,
These
obviously,
guys need to just be honest, man. Stop all this hiding.
free yourself.
Free yourself. It'll make you happier.
Free yourself.
It'll make you happier. Free yourself, man.
They're what you call guilty pleasures, though, ain't they? Sometimes.
Nah, man, don't feel guilty for that pleasure. I don't have a guilty pleasure. I play this year's Love loud.
Strong.
David Gray.
To bits.
Come on.
Up. Now, anyway, 50 is there. Nori's there. PD Pablo. Oh my God. Bow Wow and Marion, obviously.
P.E. Pablo's there.
Yeah.
How you like it, Daddy?
Yeah.
Hey, he's got one
even
of the
flowing the
baddest
boys
girls.
to men. Huh?
He's got one of the baddest girls in his video. She was one of the buffest ladies I've ever seen in my entire life.
Jojo Blackstreet. Next. Wayne Wonder.
Little Mo, one of the best voices I've ever heard in my life.
Absolutely.
Little Mo.
702. But do you know Chris Brown, obviously?
He had Beanie Man.
Can I be honest with you? I never liked Master P, by the way.
And that's what he stood for.
Did you see Limity perform at...
I did. Huh?
Was it Miss Yellett's thing?
No, it's Usher's thing.
Oh, was that just happened now?
Yes.
It was
Oh God, it was.
This was recently gone.
Yes.
Oh, here we go. Oh no, this was.
Go on, Limity.
Yeah. That's been sampled enough times. Oh, here we go. I found the flipping. Oh, I found it. Because I just wanted to show you this as well. Yeah.
Found what?
The
video from Bobby
actual
Valentino?
set times. That's what I wanted to look at.
Oh.
So go to go up. Go to set times and then go to images. Missy Elliott is headlining. I love that to bits. Missy Elliott is the absolute put set times.
Brother, she bodied, you know.
Then go. There it is. Yeah. Open that.
This content is not available for your country and region.
Oh, do you know what? Don't worry, it's mine. Oh, you can zoom in. Come out. Oh, Janae Aiko is there as well. Oh my God. Bro.
Do you reckon she came on stage with Big Sean and Big Sean was chatting with her saying...
Oh, is that where that was from?
So cute, innit?
Okay.
She was wearing shoes as well, so I was happy.
So I like the way that they've done the stages as well, innit? Because you got like the old school kind of vibes.
Oh.
Friends, Crunk and Blink.
Buster's there. T.I.'s there. Sean, look at that. Bryce, look, man. We gotta go to the Brat.
That's the Crunk stage.
The Brat has come out and she's come out. She's got a girlfriend now. I didn't know. The Brat.
She got a girl, yeah. No, but she's done. Ain't she been...
I wasn't sure. Because I used to watch... Remember How Do You Like with Tyrese in the video?
It's true. It was always a
It was a bit confusing for me. Yeah. I'm glad now she's pregnant. Bare things. Come on, man.
Amarion looks like he's on the main stage thing, but he's like kind of...
He's got a new tune.
Oh, this is
video.
It's running down, yeah. So it's Next, and then Amarion, Little Kim. I don't know about Pitbull. That doesn't feel right to me.
Did you see Little Kim? I can't lie to you. If that's what doing the fake body thing looks like at that age, I think the women should quit. It doesn't feel right.
Pitbull, I'll say this respectfully. Little Kim looks like, from what I last saw, she looks like an absolute mess.
Completely. And Little Kim, to me, when I was younger, one of the most...
She was the goal.
She was beautiful. I don't know the reasons why things changed. I heard there were some actually serious situations why certain things changed, so I won't go too ham. But Little Kim, man...
Is Foxy Brown there? No, it doesn't look like it.
That's another beautiful black woman, you know.
Oh, it's a bit...
Foxy
Remy Ma's
Brown.
there, though.
Remy Ma's gangster.
Do you know JoJo was 13 when she dropped that?
Get Out.
Yeah.
That lets me know why she said Get Out.
Yeah, it's mad. And she found herself in a real unfortunate...
situation?
Yeah, contractually.
Oh, is it? Contractually?
Yeah. They weren't like... The company had... I don't know. It was... She signed one of them perpetuity contracts, so they had everything, and she weren't allowed to do nothing. She was so trapped. She could not do a single thing. She only recently got out of that, by the way. She only recently got out. She's on a podcast, yeah. Tank.
Paul, what the hell is that?
Okay.
Sorry.
Tank has got a podcast called... I can't even remember what it's called. It's an R&B podcast, though.
I thought I saw Tank on it. That feels
bad.
right.
His podcast is bad.
Is it?
Bad. Because he's had some really good guests on there. Like, it's sick. I listen to that a lot. But yeah, honourable shout out to him. Anyway,
what was JoJo saying?
Yeah, she was on it, and she was talking about that contract that she was in and the shit situation that she was in or whatever, and that's why she went quiet for a long time and whatnot. But yeah,
shout out these new artists like Ice Spice. Her label owns nothing of hers. She owns all her masters and all of that. So moving forward, it looks like there won't be situations like that, especially for the brown people.
I hear that.
Shout out Ice Spice's mum as well, Buffy.
Howlers.
The phone. This week is interesting, you know. It's interesting. I didn't want too much political ones, you know, Chucks. I sent them to you, right?
I got them up.
Come on, man. Some of them stink, though, you know. Some of them really stink.
Go on.
All right, so let's go right to EA Sports. First of all,
Is it in order of how you sent it?
the thing is, yeah, there's so many. I don't even know where to go. There's so many.
Go on.
Like, I mean, death is definitely something which hurts. It's not something you like to hear, especially if you are deaf and there's death, because you couldn't hear it. But there are some things in life you don't like, such as your partner disappearing. So you probably go and write a book, only to find out years later that you could have been the person that murdered your husband. What am I speaking about? I'm speaking about this young lady. I'll go into her whole story right now. Listen to this. That's right, Chucks. Corey Richards wrote a children's book on grief after her husband died. Now she's charged with his murder.
No way. No way.
Yes. On Monday in Utah, and is accused in charging documents of poisoning her husband with a lethal dose of fentanyl. Now, if you want to know what fentanyl is, this is the famous thing that Kanye West was saying that George Floyd took just before he was strangled and killed by the police. Yes, the dosage in which this individual took was apparently in his alcohol, and he drank it, and later on he died. This woman went on to have a little decent career writing this book. A lot of the reviews on the book, though, were saying it was a little bit too dark for a children's book.
Okay.
Well, now look what's been brought to the light. The darkness in the book reflected the darkness, I guess, within her heart, and she potentially is looking at a murder case.
That is
Jesus
mad.
Christ.
Well, let me tell you something. You know me. I'll be following that case.
Oh, I know you will.
Yeah?
That's your thing.
I'll be following that case. If she goes for a not guilty, I'll be following that case.
Now, let's stick with couples. Because we're here. Let's stick with couples. I basically have said, I need to find a wife. I wanted to find a wife for a while, Chuckie. I just felt like this single life is definitely not something I support. I've been speaking to a couple rappers lately about it. They've been DMing me about my cheating antics. And I've been saying to them, nah, it's a bit of a laugh. You know, I don't really believe in it. I'm just saying it for a laugh. It's how I feel at the time. They're saying to me, nah, Paul, we need to dead it. And one of these rappers sent me a wonderful clip of Ben Affleck and J-Lo. I would like to play the clip. Does this look like a man that's happily married? Look at this clip right here on my phone. I didn't send it to EA Sports. I thought to myself, you know what? We've all had a little argument, a walk to the car. They reportedly were arguing at the last red carpet they were on. Bang on the red carpet. Yes, J-Lo and Ben Affleck seem to be in a bad place. And I'm not speaking about Manchester. I've changed my mind about that place. I don't know how I feel about it anymore. So yeah, Ben Affleck and J-Lo breaking up, that absolutely stinks.
Well, I mean, look, the lie is more entertaining than the truth. So I'm going with the fact that, because obviously, apparently, Ben Affleck is a good slams. Apparently, he slams it, like that's his thing. Apparently, he's a man who's
He puts it down.
Yeah, he puts it down. Yeah, he's a choppers. So what's happened is now, obviously, she's like gone with my man. He's obviously chopped it to bits, spun her head off and whatnot. But then obviously she's realised now, like, fuck this. She's gone. She's done whatever she's doing with whoever she's done. You know what I mean? Then they probably had little one slaps again. And then I just feel that Jennifer Lopez has completely sexualized my man, and he's at a stage now where he's not taking it anymore. Yeah, he's got a voice. Yeah, he's got an opinion. Yeah, and he wants to voice that opinion. Yes. I'm more than just my dick.
I am.
Yeah. So, and don't boy me off when we're on the red carpet because you know more people than me and that. I'm still Ben.
I'm Ben Affleck.
Yeah, you're walking around on the red carpet and that because you know Diddy and them man there and whatnot, and you was in those type of places or whatever. Don't try and like mug man. Yeah, I'm still me. Friend. Yeah, exactly. But I'm still me. Yeah, respect me. So now he's got to that bit. That's when now he's dropped her to the thing or whatnot, and he's like slammed the thing on her. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying?
I get it. Ben, you're moving like a victim. I would just like you to take some ownership in the situation. Yes, J-Lo's cute. Yes, the bum's crazy. But you're Ben Affleck.
Right then.
You're Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Even me as poet. Let me be if J-Lo see she tries that. I'll accept it. Because she's J-Lo and I'm poet. But you're Ben Affleck.
Yeah, exactly.
Mix it up, my brother.
Yeah, movie star.
I also want to stay with couples. I'm going to go onto a couple that we spoke about last week. We did speak about a man that cheated on a woman called Mashonda only to get with the wonderful Alicia Keys. Now today, he has bought Alicia Keys a $500,000 whip, Mercedes. Yes, the same one that apparently Virgil Abloh has had a hand in designing despite the fact he is no longer with us.
Oh, it's one, yes, the 150, yeah?
He bought the car for her, and this young lady in the video appears to be happy with the gift, but has never collected it.
What do you mean?
The car's still at the dealership now.
Why?
She don't want it.
Oh, shit.
It was all an act for the camera. She doesn't like the car, Chuckie.
I'm going to be honest with you.
I don't like it.
Can I keep it 100? Now, can I keep it 100? Look, honourable shout out to Virgil and that. And obviously, the move is the move and that. But I'll be honest with you. The colour of the car look at that. That looks garbage to me.
It's not my favourite.
Look at the wheels. It looks garbage.
I think the wheels are cold.
No, it's garbage. You like it?
I think. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan of the colour, but I think the wheels are cold. I think the wheels are brazy.
Maybe it's the colour then. I think that car looks. I think it looks And let me tell you something. Nah, I mean I'm not gonna say that, but it's just garbage.
I just don't get the hype. But maybe it's
no. The hype is because obviously it's Virgil. Obviously he's passed away. It's 1 of 50.
No,
and
I
you
get
know
that
what?
part.
And you know what we do? Capitalism. We're just like, oh my god, Virgil made it. It's 1 of 50. I must have my hands on this car. Big man. Oi, Swiss, we like you here, yeah, but you bought that for you. I'm sorry, that wasn't for the missus. Yeah, that was for you.
Go and get it.
Go and collect it, and you drive it.
Because guess what? Alicia's not driving it. And I hear Alicia Keys loves driving. Well, that's the second howler for Swiss Beats, who I love. Swiss, you need to know you've come here. I love you. Yeah, you also said that yourself and Alicia Keys introduced America to Afrobeats. Big man, Chris Brown was bigging up WizKid. That's one of the first guys I can remember early on Twitter from like 2011, 2012. Yeah. You introduced, or so-called introduced it 4 years later. Swiss, we got to stop telling these lies, man. We got to stop telling these lies. The same lies that are being told to old school R&B singers that I believe at some point in their life have to let go. I'm not saying of singing, but I am saying the stage. Or at least the guy you're grabbing onto. Let go of him, because Big Man, you almost pulled him with you. Shit. Genuine, I've had enough. I've had enough.
So basically, where was this? Was that the
This are Lovers and Friends, man. Genuine's probably performing. Is there any more room in them jeans? Big man, is there any more room on the stage for you? You're finding. How did you? The only thing I rate is the fact that you kept singing even as you was falling.
Yes.
I respect that.
He was down there in the mud, still singing.
He knew me there.
Yeah.
Can you press play, please?
Do you know what? He has had a lot of stinkers recently. Look at that. He's still singing. Listen.
On this stage, look at the guy. The guy in green is bussing up.
The sign language. Oh, he's the sign guy. He's the sign guy. Look.
No, he's not.
Oh shit.
Genuine tried to grab the man that's doing sign language. It stinks. It absolutely stinks. He's wearing all white. You're not going heaven. How can you wear all white and go the opposite of up? This absolutely stinks from Genuine. I'm sorry, man. You're ruining my childhood. You used to be the coolest guy. You got 15 kids. Big man. Send one of them up there.
Yeah, he's had a lot of stinkers in recent times still. And it's interesting because it's like, now I'm starting to feel like people almost want to see him perform because they think that there's going to be a howler in there somewhere. And that stinks. You know what? You know, when we did the R&B party last year in Box Park, we had Donnell Jones as a surprise guest, Absolutely.
Say that again?
We had Donnell Jones as a surprise guest, Absolute sensation.
Come on, man. It feels right.
But we almost, we was looking at Genuine, because Genuine was here as well. And I remember thinking to myself that, you know what? I love Genuine. But at that point, he'd had a couple of stinkers or whatever else, and he was going viral and that. And I was like, I just feel like, it sounds like such a mad thing to say because Genuine is authentically R&B.
Yes.
But for the time of what was going on, with him having these stinkers and that, I preferred, you know what? Donnell Jones is someone if you know, you know. You know what I mean? He's an icon. Let's not have the hysteria there for other reasons. Let's just have it there just for the music. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm kind of glad that happened in the end, that we just had Donnell Jones over Genuine.
Are you saying he's just an unreliable source?
No, I'm saying yes.
Genuine is Balotelli.
But he would have
much talent.
He would have come, and there's a chance that he could have come and he could have just done such a howler or had such a howler that it would have went viral. But it's I don't want that event to go viral for wrong reason. Because I don't want, for another artist to come and then feel like, you know what, they have to have a stinker for them to be talked about. Nah. Or for people to turn up hoping there's going to be a stinker.
It kind of puts a different type of value or different type of respect on your event that you don't really.
No.
Genuine, I'm just asking you, man, from now on, moving forward, just some rehearsal, please. Just some rehearsal.
Huh? He like Joe. Joe's my
Listen, I've seen Joe today. Smooth.
Yeah.
But the people that keep letting me down, Genuine and certain members of Jodeci. Not all.
Oh my God.
Not all, because they're gangsters. Let's not forget that.
Well, that's what happens when you get rich and don't die young. I've said that all the time. No, when you live fast and don't die young. When you live fast and don't die young. So
that first statement was crazy.
If you live fast and don't die young, that's what them man are like. That's what happens.
By the time you're 50.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Trying to live like you're 21.
When you live fast,
and your body is still craving all of them fucking shits that you put in your body, and that's nuts, bro.
But that's by Howlers.
Yeah. Can I just say lastly as well? Today I learnt that Segway is spelt wrong. I'm sorry, it is. It's spelt wrong. I don't care what anyone tells me. Segway, as in segue, segue in a conversation.
You're having a howler today.
Is spelt wrong. Yeah.
Go on. How's it spelled?
It is spelt. How do you? I'm not even gonna ask you how you think it's spelled.
Because I'm gonna say SEG and then way.
Right. Well, it's SEGUE. That's wrong.
That's Segui.
That's wrong.
That's not segue.
That's the definite. That's how you spell it. Because you know what is mad? I was typing to say segue, then I was like, hold on, wait 1 second. Am I spelling this right? Because it came up with red underneath it. Because obviously I know what a segue is when you're on the machine.
Yeah.
So I went and I checked, and then when I put in segue the way that I spelt it, look.
It's Italian.
I don't. I'm not even gonna say what it is.
So it's not English.
It's not English. It comes from the Italian word, which means follows.
So how do you say it? Press this.
Segue.
That's wrong. So how do you say it in Italian?
Segruye.
If you're saying it like this, if this is how it's supposed to be, so how do you pronounce that? Forget what it said. How do you pronounce that? Segui.
No, it's segue.
I don't know how to say it. I'm not Italian.
Well, listen, we didn't make the language. We follow it.
Well, I know. Which is why sometimes you got to question certain things. Man, just giving me, you're just giving me a word, and I'm just here, just saying the fucking thing, and it's wrong.
But it's not.
Segue. There's still a W in there. I don't care. There's still a W in there. It's wrong. All right.
The W silent. Or invisible. One of the two.
What's that?
That's Albanian.
Wait, go back. Oh. Yeah, it's spelt wrong anyway.
I agree. Do you know what? There was another howler, but I don't know how comfortable I feel about showing it. But since this one just wanted to put it on screen after he was late, didn't have the cameras on time, and now you're doing all of this stuff, EA Sports.
You're late every week.
I'm allowed to be. I'm the star of the show.
Yeah.
And guess what you are? Facilitating that.
Right then.
It was an accident. I said I'm sorry. Allow me.
We'll see. This young man also had an accident which resulted in death. So be careful of your accidents. This individual right here is a tourist who, for some strange reason, I always say to people, I don't want to jump on what's it called again? The parachute thing where you're paragliding and you're,
is this a parachute thing?
And you're high in the sky as they're doing their thing. Press play, man, and take a look what happens to this young man. They're patching him up. They're giving him the parachute thing. Hopefully the image is on screen as I'm speaking.
What country is this in? Because the beach looks a little techie.
The beach looks techie. The thing he's wearing looks techie. The person clothing him looks techie. Because he looks far too old to be participating in these types of activities in the first place. That to me is quite techie. And I never agree with man flying in the sky. God would have given us wings.
I think this is maybe I'm saying this all in hindsight because I know what's going to happen, but
Have
all of this doesn't feel right anyway.
Have you seen it, Chuckie?
No.
You'll see. Now we're watching
the way that he's being strapped. I don't know about this anyway.
He's getting strapped up, as you can see. They believe they've done this a million times. I would have imagined they've done it so much. It's probably just come like So they're all happy. Ready?
Well, I hope she's not Jamaican.
This is not Jamaica at all. Don't give us bad press like this. He now is putting on his life jacket, which didn't save his life. That's nice to know.
So wait, you put on the I'm so bad. You put it over the parachute.
Because what's happening is, I don't know how to describe it, but you know them situations where you have the boat and then you're over the water and you're eye in the sky, which we'll see in 2 seconds. He's doing this nonsense. I told you. I've told people we don't need to be in the water. The ground is safe. But they don't listen. Paragliding, I don't know what it's called. I can't swim. This is not for me. So the young man now...
He's not jumping out. He's not jumping out of a plane.
He's not jumping out of a plane.
He's paragliding.
Oh, he's
Paragliding. I don't know these things. Do you know why? I walk, I run, I crawl, I sprint. You know what those are, right? Okay. Don't require any life jacket for that. Don't require anything that requires you to be in the sky for that.
I'm going to probably take this out of the audio.
Of course. Now this won't be an anti-climax. That's the beautiful thing. A couple of weeks ago, we watched something where it took a long time for that young lady to fall into the water, who did survive despite the fact she had 6 mash-up ribs and the lung. Now here goes this old man into the sky. He has no business in the sky. There's a man holding onto him, as you can see, a multicolored parachute. And then this Caucasian man who looks about 75 plummetes from, what would you say, 30, 40 feet?
Oh shit!
Yes, he drops into the water.
Oh, and not even in the deep bit either.
And dies before he gets to the hospital.
No way.
Now, I have to call
do you
this
know
a
why
howler.
as well?
Not
He's not even come out of the water, bro.
Bro, do you know how shallow that thing is?
Yeah, that's mad shallow. That's probably why he hasn't floated up either.
Oh my days.
So obviously he's drowned.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's a stinker.
I just want to advise my people at home on certain things. And I'm not saying that
That's a stinker.
this would have changed anything. I'm just saying this is how I feel. Someone said to me the other day, oh, but Paul, when you go, do you think it's your time to go? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, yeah, but don't you think some things are coincidental? And I'm like, there are probably certain situations where you do something for the first time and it results pretty bad. But more time, the people that are involved in situations like this have done similar things, but they've been given a bly. But it's like when guys go on ride-outs and like, yeah, man, I'm going to go do something to the ops. You might go on 100 ride-outs and everything's calm. And on the 101st one, unfortunately, there is an incident. It's because you are playing and tempting fate. Stop tempting fate. Why don't we tempt love? Tempt lust. But fate, when it comes to life and death.
Yeah, that's a bit of a mad one still.
The only death that I really will have to deal with, if I have to, is not hearing. But not being here, big man, I'm just saying, cuz.
Oh, mate.
I'd rather be Foxy Brown than Jeffrey Einstein.
Yeah, I hear that very loudly. All right, well, listen. Thanks for listening, everyone, yeah? Go on.